Reps reject bill to stop children of public officers from schooling abroad. Thank you very much for joining us. This is still Serious Matters on ONIF TV. My name is Olukunle Abraham, and of course, we look at matters that make the trend, that make the round, matters that matter. Serious matters on this particular show, and that's what we're doing again. Please take time to go through, share the video, and of course, make your comments simple and civil. Let's look at this together. Reps reject bill to stop children of public officers from schooling abroad. When I saw this news, I just felt something just said in me, why won't they reject the bill? Let's see what the editorial says. Said a bill seeking to regulate international studies for the children of public officers, officials, and strengthening educational institutions in Nigeria has been rejected by members of the House of Representatives. Said the members said the bill was an affront to their fundamental human rights, but the bill sponsored by Honorable Sagios Ogun, representing Eson North East Federal Constituency of Edo, was ultimately seeking to stop public officials from diverting public funds to their children's education abroad. Titled A Bill for an Act to Regulate International Studies for Words and Children of Nigerian Public Officers, so as to strengthen indigenous institutions to provide efficient educational services for national development. It was roundly debated, although it was eventually rejected when put to voice votes. In his lead debate on the general principle of the bill, Ogun said the objective of the bill included strengthening indigenous educational institutions to meet global standards, boosting the economy by reducing cash flights and foreign exchange, reducing brain drain, and instituting good welfare conditions for indigenous academic experts and professionals based abroad to come back home and develop their country with their skills and expertise, building a better society by developing formidable educational institutions and facilitating the realization of the fundamental objectives and policies of states enshrined in Chapter 2 of the Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, 1999, amended. Now, like I said earlier on, that what came to my mind is, why won't they? Because look at the points that he made about improving our educational system. I saw a video earlier on today, and I can't show you that at the moment. It was disheartening. When you see our top elites, so to speak, they seem to be the ones who are lucky, in quote. But I don't think anybody is really lucky. There's nothing. There's really nothing called luck. Everything is orchestrated. Everything has been designed. Everything has been designed. So you are either following God's plan for your life, or you are following a man's plan for your life. But beneath both, what you are following, both of you are following a plan by either God or man. And so we find people who spend so much, thousands and millions of pounds and dollars schooling abroad, whereas our institutions here, for instance, at the moment, as we on strike, our students are at home. Their own children continue schooling abroad, and they won't attend to them very quickly. That's why a minister can walk out on students, can walk out on his own children. If his children or if his child was in one of those schools where they are on strike and they are home, will he walk out on them? And his child comes on and says, "Dad, you are the one who can resolve this matter." Will he keep quiet? Will he? You see, we just need to, the Yorubas have this say, they say you should take, what you want to use to pinch somebody, pinch yourself first of all with it, and see if it hurts. Then if the way it does you, so that you will have the mindset, you have it behind your mind that what has happened to me is what's going to happen to whoever I touch this thing with. Now, Ogun said that the bill does not prevent public officers or private citizens from sending their children words for studies abroad. get it straight. It's not saying that they cannot send. Anybody can send it. I mean, you know, I have my money. I want to send my child abroad. That's left to me. Nobody's paying for me. After all, I'm not. It's not like I'm asking from the state government to come and pay for my child's school fees abroad. It's only seeking to ensure that a public officer who desires to send his or her word abroad does not divert public funds to do so. Thus, such a public officer must first show that he or she has the legitimate means to sponsor his or her word on such foreign educational trip. And that's true, because even the schools that you are going to abroad, you must be able to show them that you have what it takes to come to their school, to attend their institution. You must show that you are capable, that you are not going to owe them. You are not going to, it's not like they're going to start chasing you around. Not like Nigeria, where, you know, you could decide to not pay a particular time and, you know, you say we'll pay next time. You know. So the bill will help in fostering the development of our educational institutions, as it will instill accountability and seriousness into public servants at all levels who are saddled with the responsibility of implementing the policies and programs of government. Well, the bill also, when enacted, will help to redirect the huge fund that fly out of their country, that fly out to other countries, into the relevant sectors of our economy. It will bring about better facilities in our national life. I mean, it will help bring down the rate of inflation when if we reduce the rate at which foreign exchange are being done and the rate at which cash is being flown out of the country, where the rate at which we spend a currency that is not ours, then we would have more to ourselves here. We would have more to deal with. We would have more to play around with. We would have more to achieve things with. Very, very important. We must take note of that. Policy implementation. This bill, when passed into law, will foster the fight against corruption, which is one of the cardinal policies of this current administration. This bill, when passed into law, will endanger the actualization of the provision of the United Nations Convention Against Corruption, to which Nigeria is a party. Article 5 of the convention provides that each state party shall, in accordance with the fundamental principles of its legal system, develop and implement or maintain effective and coordinated anti-corruption policies that promote the participation of society and reflect the principles of the rule of law. Now, proper management of public affairs and public properties, integrity, transparency, and accountability. And the truth, the question is, the big question here is, yes, we are a party to this fight against corruption, but are we really fighting corruption? Are we really fighting corruption? I mean, Nigeria, let's speak for ourselves yet. Are we really fighting corruption? Very, very important that we answer that sincerely from the depth of our heart. The bill, when passed also, that's the same bill that we're talking about, when passed into law, will foster the realization of the directive principle of state policy contained in Chapter 2 of the Constitution, which provides that one, government shall direct its policy towards ensuring that there are equal and adequate educational opportunities at all levels. Number 2, that government shall promote science and technology. Number 3, that government shall strive to eradicate illiteracy. And to this end, government shall, when practicable, provide free compulsory and universal primary education, free secondary education, free university education, and that's if possible and practicable, free adults literacy program. Well, the bill does not infringe on the rights of family or to families and private life, as well as other fundamental rights enshrined in the Constitution. The bill only seeks to regulate the practice of public servants sending their words to children abroad for studies while neglecting the development of our indigenous educational system. That is why we have remained where we are. That is why we have remained where we are. That's why we've not grown. Nothing has changed, really. Seriously. Nothing has changed, because whatever is being done at the top, that does not affect the grassroots. Now take for instance now a drainage is just being done somewhere around here by the government, and that's because election is in a few months' time. What for? Why? I've said times and again, I've said to myself, even while I'm in the car alone, I'm driving, I just say to myself, I can't be governor or president, and after my first tenure, I will need to start campaigning again. It means I failed the first time. It means I didn't do well the first time. I would not need to. As a matter of fact, it will be a shame on me if I am not called back to do a second term. If I am not told, please, can you stay for another term? I wonder when I see incumbent governors who want to go for second term having their posters, monies they are supposed to direct into infrastructures. They are using them to print posters all over again, doing the same thing again and again. You had 4 years. What have you done with the 4 years? What you did with 4 years is enough to tell the people that they need you for the next 4 years. Very, very important. But because we have never been, we are never sincere. We don't love ourselves. We don't love ourselves as a nation. We don't love the people. We are not people driven. We are not people driven. We are not driven by what is happening to people. We are only concerned about just a few. And so, if I become president, will I become president because of just my family? Well, the fact that there are no similar legislations in other jurisdictions does not obligate us as lawmakers of the duty to make laws to address peculiar challenges that bedevil us as a nation and correct ills when they exist as required of us by Section 88, subsection 2 of the Constitution. Now, for instance, the Republic of China introduced the one-child birth policy in late 1970s so as to reduce the massive growth rate in China's population, which the Chinese government thought to be too high. The policy helped to cut down the population. In a report credited to the Chinese government, it was stated that an estimated 400 million births were prevented by that policy. The bill is an example of such drastic policy or policies required to tackle national problems. Also, the absence of similar legislation in other climes only shows that they have built their educational institutions to a point of global admiration and have thus become educational tourism destinations for underdeveloped nations. Now, the speaker honorable colleagues, as I speak now, students of Nigeria and university are sitting at home doing nothing due to the strike action embarked upon by the Academic Staff Union of Universities, ASU, in protest against poor remuneration. Yet, people are paying dollars, thousands and millions of dollars to send their children abroad. We're not paying our teachers and lecturers here very well. For infrastructures and poor condition of service, underfunding of universities, delaying the payment of elongated salary structures against others. These and other sundry issues will be addressed when this bill is passed into law and its provision properly implemented. We may not be able to quantify the worth of quantity education in terms of its impact on the individual, family, nation, but there is no gainsaying the fact that without quality education, a nation has no future. That's true. And in fact, but speaking against the bill, some lawmakers said that they had the right to train their children anywhere without using public funds. One of the lawmakers was Honorable Chinyere Igwe, PDP Rivers. He said it offends fundamental human rights which guarantees freedom of movement. Most public officers that send their children to school abroad don't do that with public funds. I don't know how she's able to speak. She was able to speak the minds of people or others. Yes, who even says that, you know, whoever he knows is doing it the right way. You know, he said, I also don't agree that that is the reason the educational system in Nigeria is failing. I urge him to withdraw the bill. Well, Let's see how this goes. Corroborating Igwe position, Honorable Osai Nicholas Osai, PDP Delta, said it was against Constitution. It's against the Constitution in terms of discrimination. My children have the right to be educated anywhere in the world. The bill should not see the light of the day. He should just step it down, he said. The bill, when put to voice, was killed by the majority of the House members who shouted no to its passage for second reading. Well, let's see. I'm trusting God that soon we'll have leaders who will stamp their feet on the ground for the right thing to be done. For the right thing to be done. Thank you very much for watching. I feel touched by this, and I hope the things that affect the people, the masses, will become core in the affairs of governance. It will become the key things that will be discussed. You know. Unfortunately, some of these children that have even been trained abroad don't even amount to anything. They eventually come to live on what whoever has stolen, their parents have stolen, and all of that. And only a few of them become anything. And when you train a child abroad, the child eventually stays abroad, and so they don't come back. So, what benefits are they to us? I mean, to the Nigerian nation. Well, I hope that things change. Please do drop your comment once again, and let's see how things roll. Bye-bye.